arrived yet, but I think we probably should get started so that we have time at the end for questions. I'm sure there'll be lots of those. I'm Mr. Westrate. I am here to introduce, it's my pleasure to introduce Arjun Badi, who is delightfully attired for the occasion, as you can see. It's interesting, I think, at least to me, that when you stop to consider, my major field of study in college was the British Empire. And I studied a lot about India. And one of the things I learned was that one of the reasons that the British used a lot of Scottish regiments in India when they were fighting wars is because the Indians tended to be more leery of the Scots because they were freaked out by redheads, for one thing, and also that these bagpipes were particularly scary. And of course, that's what that bagpipes were meant to be, was frightening to opponents. And here I get a student in Arjun who is perfectly suited for me to have in class because, of course, his ancestors came from India and he loves to play bagpipes. So what more perfect combination could there be than that? He is an excellent history student, one of the best I've ever had, in addition to being just a fine gentleman and terrific young man. And so I'd like to introduce him to you now.
Thank you, Dr. Westrate. As you can probably tell, I'm not really wearing the traditional senior X attire, you know, a blue suit, a nice tie. I'm wearing a kilt, an article of clothing that is traditionally associated with the Highlands of Scotland. I am a bagpipe player, and playing the bagpipes is my passion. You may be asking, how did I start playing the bagpipes? Every year, I do this thing where I go to the Scarborough Renaissance Fair out in Waxahachie just to, you know, get one of those big chicken legs that are way too big for anybody to realistically eat on their own and to listen to loud music. I love music. You know, I've been playing the tuba since I was in 5th grade and have been playing the bagpipes ever since I was in 6th grade when I went to the Renaissance Fair. I first heard the bagpipes and was completely engrossed. I mean entranced with how the high pitches melded with, you know, the unique scale and tempo of the bagpipes. So after hearing the bagpipes one time at a Renaissance festival, I decided that, you know, it was time for me to start playing the bagpipes. It wasn't easy. You know, my father was vehemently against me picking up another instrument as he thought it would lessen my involvement with the tuba and, you know, take time away from me studying. So it took quite a bit of time for my dad to finally start letting me have lessons. So you don't actually start playing the bagpipe. You don't actually start out on a full set of bagpipes. You start out on something called a practice chanter. It is essentially the melodic piece of a bagpipe so that beginners can learn, you know, the fingerings and the tempos of the bagpipes. So it's pretty quiet. It kind of sounds like. Now, it's pretty easy for like beginners to go from not knowing how to play the bagpipes to this. But after quite a while of playing the practice chanter, I learned a few tunes and was ready for the bagpipes. Mr. Rhoda is acting up well.